folks. All right. Sorry I haven't been around lately. I've been heavily trying to record my course material, which should be coming out next month sometime, probably middle of the month, as I try and get everything ready for that. But I figure I would give you guys some trade breakdowns from last week as well as this morning. It is Monday, April 18th. So this video will be coming out the same day that I took these trades. These trades were from last week, you guys, on Friday. So let me just quickly break down these trades. I'm going to put this in bar replay mode. I'm not going to be sharing my P&L too much, guys, on YouTube anymore. If you guys are interested in seeing that I took these trades, you can join the Discord group. Otherwise, I will be showing trade breakdowns on YouTube just to teach people how I enter trades. So this trade here, I ended up taking due to the fact that we ended up taking some liquidity right here. So, all right, so we ended up taking out this low. And if we go to the 15-minute, my reasons for entry were the same thing that I teach every day, guys. This is a counter trend trade. I understood that, but I also understood that we had supply up here and we had this imbalance right here. What do I look for? We look for change of order flow, which my course will be talking about. The reason for this change of order flow was, again, the liquidity got taken to the left and price ended up breaking this structure. This is your lower high, so price is in a downtrend, and all of a sudden we went from making a lower high to a higher high right here, which I look at is this being area of demand that pushed price higher. So all I wanted to do was simply wait for price to come back into this demand area. So let's mark that out. And let's go to the 15-second. And I waited for price to come back into and give us some sort of change of order flow. Now, this one here was, if you look at the leg of structure, this area here was below 50%. And this area here also was part of the reason for the flip. This is supply, this is supply, supply is breaking, we retest and we take off and break this supply. This area here, I believe acted as inducement. So I was interested in this POI region right here on the 15-second chart. When price came back into this area, we take one supply out. So this drop, base drop, creates a new low. There goes that one. I waited for this one to go. Price comes up. It ends up taking out that supply right there. And off that supply right there, as you can see, right there. And I waited for a retest, and I had this order block as my stop loss. So this was a 2.7 pip stop loss, and I targeted the high as well as the imbalance up here for a 1 to 10 RR trade. And this trade ended up tapping me in and then taking off really nicely. Now, what this ended up doing was going a little higher. I ended up having an area of fair value gap on the 15-minute as my actual area to take a profit. I didn't hold till then. This was a 1% trade and I let 1% run for the whole lot size. So I was quite pleased getting 10% off one trade. I could have and should have maybe held. That would have been a 1 to 15, but is what it is. Okay, so once price came back down, I looked at this as, guys, is creating new block flow. So this basically becomes my new order block that pushed price higher. I felt like we would do something like this and start a new retracement phase. So I simply waited for price to come back down into this new demand zone. Again, on the 15-second chart. I could have shorted from up here, actually, which I missed this trade. Basically right here. I'll just go through this price action. But this is a rally-based rally that made a new high. Price broke it. We could have shorted from here back down into discount pricing. And that's what ended up happening. And then when price filled most of this fair value gap right here, I was interested in an order flow shift, and we ended up getting it right here. So we end up having a drop base drop, created a new low, price broke that one, price broke this one, and price broke this one. This is a rally based rally that made a new high. We have a fair value gap here. So I look to buy from here and cover the low. And this was actually a 3 pip stop loss, and I targeted the imbalance here. What I could have done is partial and target this high for another 1 to 10. But again, I made 10% on this trade, so if I hit TP here, this trade would be another 4%, as this was a 1% risk. And price ended up hitting TP pretty quickly, which was nice, and it ended up actually running the high, and that could have been another 1 to 11 hour trade, but it is what it is. I ended up that day with 14% on the account, and that was a really solid day. So let's go to today right here, this short here, but I did take a scalp. It was a quick, I believe 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 here. What did I have? It was a 2 pip stop loss, I believe. I did take a quick scalp, and I missed this sell due to some student conversations. We were chatting about price action. I didn't get into the entry. So price kept melting, and then I looked to the higher time frame to see where it was going. And this had to do with this area here acting as demand. So there was actually a sweep of liquidity right here. Okay, so we took that low out. We end up having a low, right? So we made a new lower low right here, and then we made a higher high. I looked at this area as being demand, so I waited for price to come into it and give me signs of a reversal. So let's go to the charts, and this is where price came back down into. You could have looked at this area here for price to come into, but again, price showed us no signs here at this level of reversing. It kept making supply, kept making lower lows, and then all of a sudden we have a drop base drop, and price broke that structure, and it actually broke this structure and this structure. So then I was interested in getting in if I could find another confirmation. Price came back down into this zone. I didn't take this buy due to all of this, and price ended up breaking this new supply. And you will learn about this in the course material, but this buy to sell is new supply. It pushed price lower, and we broke that. So I took this and I put my stop loss right here. And this trade ended up running all the way to 1 to 14. I did partial right here at that supply. So this ended up being a partial at 1 to almost, it was just actually on my MT4. I think I did it right here actually. It was 1 to 8, which is a solid trade. And then ended up holding it all the way to 1 to 14. And I got out here, and that ended up being the 2 trades for the day. So just a quick scalp, and then I got into a counter trend reversal with the same thing I teach people, how to understand order flow shifting versus block flow shifting, and then how do we get up into some sort of supply trade, and then we can look for a short again. So yeah, these are quick recap videos, guys. Stay tuned for the course material. It's going to go through a ton of stuff that I teach. Yeah, I hope I'll see you guys in the Discord.